You guys look like you might be related. We're going to go ahead and... Thank you. I was like, oh, good. No one caught it. We're going to go ahead and kick off. It's another beautiful Wednesday morning. I don't know if you've looked outside and seen it snowing sideways. It's always fun. A wintry mix is the worst mix. Welcome to 1MC. Whose first time is it? I can't. I needed the power, and I couldn't plug in the speaker without a surge protector. Perfect. Sorry, whose first time is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, welcome, Dan. It's good to have you. It's good to be. It's good to have the repeat people. It's not plugged in because yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah. We could try. My computer will probably be fine for a little bit. They want me to use the mic. Give me 1 second. We'll plug in these dulcet tones. Testing. Hello. Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? Check. Wow. Not for me. We're going to switch. There you go. Testing. Okay, there we go. All right. Well, welcome back. Welcome, first timers. We'll tell you a little bit about 1MC, and we'll call up the presenters. We'll kick it off. We're making an extra pot of coffee, so you'll be able to help yourselves. 1 Million Cups is a nonprofit organization. It was founded out of the Kauffman Foundation in Kansas City, who had the idea that if we got 1 million cups of coffee, great things would happen among entrepreneurs and small businesses. And so that's what we do every Wednesday nationwide. We're just the Chicago chapter. There are about 7 or 8 of us wandering around. Some of us have a t-shirt, some of us not, but we've been organizing this for almost a year. There have been different iterations. I think I have to have like straight line of sight here. Been different iterations, even in Chicago, but bear with me. We've been doing it since April of last year. We bring up two presenters. They tell a little bit about what they're working on, what inspires them, maybe where they're stuck. And one of the greatest things about 1MC is we have this opportunity as a community to say, what can we do for you? And that's where it becomes an educational experience or something that's more than networking and more than pitch practice. It's an opportunity to inspire, build community, and help get people kind of unstuck in some of the problems that they're working through in their new businesses or small business ventures for the SMBs out there. What makes it so valuable isn't just the ability to help others, but some of you in the audience may be experiencing a problem that the presenter is talking about. And so you get the benefit of, oh, well, somebody's been through this, maybe I can help, or somebody's going through this and so am I, and maybe I'll get some help myself. So we'll go ahead and kick it off. But before we do, I wanted to thank Workbox for hosting us. We have a QR code. You can leave them a review about their hospitality and how wonderful they are and warm they are to invite us into their space and give us this opportunity to present, host our meeting. You do get the opportunity to co-work for the day, and you should ask the people at the front desk about an 80% discount. That's not real, but I think the look on their face would be just hilarious. Just kidding. So please talk to them about membership and about what it's like to work here. I've been to 3 different workspaces, and each one is better than the other, though this is the best one because they can hear me talking. I also need to ask you to scan this QR code, please, because as a nonprofit, they'll use some registration counts as part of their applications for grant funding. So it's really important that we tell them, yeah, we were here, and thank you for not trying to sell me anything. Go ahead and scan the QR code. We tend to get stragglers coming in on a day like today. We will absolutely get stragglers coming in. I'll put this QR code back up. But in the meantime, we're going to take a quick pause for the surge protector, and then we'll welcome up Hunter and Mara, our first 2 speakers. You can leave. I also want to thank U3 Coffee, who got a cup of coffee today from us. It's free coffee. It's awesome. Not only free for you, but it's free for us because U3 is all about building community and helping startups and small businesses. So we have an opportunity to work together and serve their coffee at our 1MC weekly events, and that's pretty awesome as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to pull up a presentation. Can we give a standing ovation for Hunter and Mara? A standing ovation. Awesome. I want to apologize to them. They have this beautiful, beautiful presentation, and the fonts are going to be a little different on mine because I work with a PC and computing power matters to me. Was that a dig? I missed it. But let's give them Our attention down will advance the slides.
Perfect.
And then you get cool little mics. And you're going to give you mine. So it's interesting because you're talking normally for the video and this for the audience who's here. Okay.
Okay.
We'll share. For low tech, we're kind of high tech.
I know.
Shit.
All right.
There we go.
Sure. Oh, yes. Good morning, everyone.
Get out of the way.
What a beautiful day to be here. Thank you for coming out in this crazy weather. We're here to talk about Way Around. Like Stuart said, this won't be the best example of our branding because the fonts didn't work, but that's okay. So just know that this looks absolutely beautiful. Cool. So my name is Mara. I moved to Chicago in 2019, and since then I have worked as a copywriter in advertising. I've worked in agencies. I've worked in-house. I've done it all.
I'm Hunter. I also moved to Chicago in 2019. I am a filmmaker, and I make my living as a video editor and a videographer on a freelance basis. And in 2024, this is supposed to be a really cool video, by the way, but it's not going to play. Mara and I quit our jobs, sold most of our stuff in May of 2024. We went on a 13-month trip around the world just because we wanted to. And along the way, we found ourselves in really charming and very hospitable guest houses and hostels and work stays and bed and breakfasts on the cheap that didn't have a very good online presence that we just sort of took a chance on. It turned out that these businesses had a lot to offer, but their online presence didn't reflect that. And so we started working for room and board with a couple guest houses along the way, you know, sprucing up their websites, making videos and photos for them, and then Way Around Creative was born.
Cool. So when we moved back to Chicago, we brought Way Around with us with the mission of helping businesses build brands to confidently navigate the world. How do we do this? Our capabilities include branding, video, photo, copywriting, website, and social. So quite a bit, but it all works together to create this online presence. Cool. So the way we do this, we call this package that includes all of those capabilities the roadmap.
Yes, and this is just sort of an overview of what a 4 to 6 week package would look like, from soup to nuts. We get on the same page with the brand meeting, and then we just are off to the races on the same page as the business or the entrepreneur. And yeah, all the way behind a social strategy document and those steps. So, someone who's a freelancer and has been a freelancer for a long time. As a freelancer and someone who has been a freelancer for a long time, I have run into difficulties working with other groups of freelancers when hired by, you know, small businesses or entrepreneurs and stuff. And I've noticed that it's a time-consuming process. You have to source a photographer, a videographer, whatever you might need. So the vision starts to become siloed from a business perspective. And it's very time-consuming negotiating those contracts with each individual freelancer.
Mm-hmm. And then on the opposite side of it, you're not hiring a photographer, a videographer, a copywriter, all these separate people to do the work for you. You may go to an agency. But with that, it's very expensive. There's a big barrier to entry. It's a big chunk of money to work with an agency. Once you begin working with the agency, it can be pretty impersonal. Experience. You may be interfacing with the creative director, but the people who are really doing the work is a large team of copywriters, designers, art directors, and you may never even meet them. So it's pretty impersonal. And of course, you're dealing with billable hours, which add up quickly. So we like to think that we took the best parts of freelancers and the best parts of agencies and left what didn't work. So working with Hunter and I, so the two of us, so we can be very nimble. We work very quickly. We make decisions fast. We don't need to run it up the flagpole. Along with that, we're personally invested in the vision from that initial brand plan meeting. So the vision doesn't get watered down. It's not siloed. It's not piecemeal, which not only means better work, but it also means that the work that we do create works much harder because it's all lining up to that initial goal. In short, we like to find a different way around.
And here's just a quick smattering of some of our work from the past few months, from design and concept, social media design, some websites we built and wrote, and then short form and long form video. if they would play.
If they would play.
But
They're
yeah,
beautiful, trust us.
so,
So where are we today? We are very new. We launched in fall of 2025, so just a few months ago. What's going well? We successfully completed client projects based on this package model. Great. We got really good feedback on the work, on the process itself. Yay. What's not going so well? We have lost potential clients based on the same project model. So for example, we had an initial brand plan meeting with a concrete company, very sexy. Afterwards, they let us know, like, we really loved your ideas. We understand the value that you can bring us, and we know that it's something that we need to invest in, but we just don't have the time and money right now to do this. We tried to go back and say, we don't need to do a package. We can do a la carte pricing. If you just need a logo, let's start there. But we think that initial sticker shock just spooked them. So we're trying to understand, is it a problem as far as the kind of clients we're going after and the package model works? Or should we investigate, using other pricing? Is it an a la carte issue? Is it retainer? So we're open to different suggestions. And then what we're doing now, we're focusing on developing inroads with the Chicago business community, why we are here today, just making sure we're meeting people, getting our story out there, and meeting like-minded people.
to piggyback off that, our 1 million ask. I'm sure everyone asked this first one, but if you know anyone who knows anyone who might want to do some work, who needs some marketing help or design help or video help, whatever, send them our way. And yeah, like Mara was just saying, our big ask is maybe some insight on our client acquisition strategy and, maybe the package model that we discussed. You all in, you do all the work, 4 to 6 weeks. And it worked and it's also not worked. So I don't know. Any ideas we're open to. And if you want to go to the next slide.
Yeah, lean on this.
You can connect with us at this QR code or our emails and phone numbers. That's what
that is what that is. I just set up for questions.
So how did you find the ones that were successful and not? Tell us a little bit about the client acquisition strategy that you've already employed.
It's just been word of mouth. So far, it's been who we've known from our personal life, networking, events like this. The interior designer that we worked with in Dallas was just it came about by just talking to people. So far, people we know.
Got it. Questions, comments? Dan?
I have a comment on the pricing. I'm a founder of a startup myself, and the sticker price is definitely a shock. One thing even for my partner clients that I've realized is on the books, like on their books, $1,000 investment or multiple thousands looks pretty tough. One thing that I've gotten around it is having a subscription with, say, $1,000 setup fee. So if they're paying $200 a month, $50 a month is going to the $1,000 setup fee. So over 20, their fee is actually going to drop down to $150. So I would maybe position it in some kind of framework where that investment is still in contract, and they can still pay you out if you did the work and that $1,000, but it's not sticker shock and it's a slow growth for that relationship.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
Oh.
I like that.
When does the price come up in the conversation? Like, when I guess another way to put it, when you figure out their budget and when do you tell them your price?
Good point. In that brand plan meeting, usually we treat it kind of like halfway like a pitch, not really. So we don't know much about the company. We come in, we say, like, here's your competitors that we found. Here's like what we think you should do. This is the way we do it. Here's that cost. So that's a good point, is we tell them the cost without necessarily knowing their budget. Raises a good point. Yes.
Have you thought about like some sort of equity offer where you're like, hey, we'll do this up front for this much, but we want 5% on the back end of this launch? Because like, to be honest, there's a lot of people in Chicago that would be more into that than giving you 5Gs,
right,
10Gs up front. That even these big businesses, they would scoff. Like, you probably do it like, I know you've got the fucking money, give me the fucking right now. So I think anything you can do offer some sort of like reliance on the back end, just like in a movie, right?
Sure.
Back end on the box office, whatever that box office is to them, because then that's going to be much more approachable. I need to save $5,000 right now, but you want $10,000 in 6 months when this launches? Okay.
Sure, that makes sense. That's a good point.
Yeah, if you do, a new agency is probably the best position to do that because right now you're doing the bulk of the work.
Mm-hmm.
It gets harder and harder when you're paying out cash and you're taking on the future windfall, and you're like, okay, well now I have a cash crunch. But if it's you guys, it's time
Right.
and risk,
Right.
and the ability to build up your portfolio. I think it's a great suggestion.
Yeah.
I know.
Josh?
Is there any way to kind of position it as a way of hours saved? Maybe there's some kind of like this in terms of the copy company's business, in terms of like, oh, we know we were associated with X, Y, and Z because we saw something else represent you. Also curious, are there ways you can really think of attributing what your investment is as a way of you'll expect this much increase in terms of revenue. I know that's hard to kind of really demonstrate or guarantee, but there's some kind of metric you can actually tie your work to.
That's a great point. Yeah.
Also, I think like startups probably is a difficult fit because we don't have money.
Yes.
But have you tried like small businesses? Because a lot of them, like to your point earlier with freelancers, they may know of a person and like get a deal there. But I think if you target them, Chamber of Commerce and different other organizations that specifically network with small businesses, that might be a better. They have money, the expertise, but not enough money to go to an agency.
Yeah, that's a really good point. You know, when we first started, we were like, we're going to help the little guys. We're going to help like very, very small entrepreneurs, individuals. I know we spoke a couple meetings ago about like, that's great, but those people don't have the money. So I think also right now you'll see like before we would have just had small business owners. Now we're like, maybe it's small to mid-size. So yeah, very, very good point of seeing that right combination of who we're going to be a good fit for, who we're going to be able to offer value, but who will be able to offer us some money.
I'd say another thing, a lot of small businesses, the problem of, you know, you're starting out, you're eager, you talk to somebody, you get partway through the pitch, they say no, and you're like, okay. And I think when we're selling, we have to push past the no and figure out what the underlying drivers are. And you have to sort of split it into kind of goals and value. So when they say, yeah, we just don't know that we have the money for that, then you need to keep saying, like, what did you think it was going to cost? But what were you planning to spend? Or before we brought up a number, what did you think we were going to say? And really get a sense of where they were anchoring themselves in terms of price and value. And then talk in terms of, if you don't do this, and that's okay, but if you don't, then how else will you achieve your goals? And like, what's going to change? And that gets into sort of the go forward plan without you. And now you're keeping the dialogue alive, because what you may find is it's not price. It's just some like, what if we do it wrong? Or we're not exactly sure, like you have the portfolio depth that we're looking for, or we didn't like your initial design. Like it's easy to say no and hope that the conversation ends. And for most of us who avoid conflict by default states, we're just like, that's it, we're done. You have to push past, because one, that's how you sell. Two, you really don't have anything left to lose because they've already said no. So that would be my feedback.
That's great.
Well, and you know, if you give them a pitch where it's like they feel stupid not to accept it. For example, like your services bring in leads, so you can be like, if you can track the conversion, then you can be like, well, if you sell to X amount of people, we get commission rate or something like that. Then you're building up your portfolio and you're testing your work, and you're bringing them some value. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's great.
Last one.
I'm in professional services too. It just happens to be information technology. And what I found works pretty well, and I don't know if it works in your field, is to first tee up a formal discovery phase that has a scope, costs them money. But that's all they have to agree to after that first meeting. And then you do a bunch of further due diligence. And then one of the deliverables from that phase is an executable plan for implementation. But also not just with a lumpy price associated with it, but it's decomposed into pieces so they can say, let's do it, it's the whole thing. Or they can say, no, let's cut this out. So, and one of the beauties of that approach is the discovery phase, you're already working for them. They already get to see the wonderful experience they're going to have, you know. Anyway, I don't know if that has any applicability.
That's great.
No, for sure.
That's great.
Awesome. Last thing. raise your hand if you have any experience currently in marketing or are brushing shoulders with marketers. Those are the people you want to talk to in the networking afterwards.
Let's chat.
Guys, thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
I'll trade you.
Yeah,
Thanks,
nice.
Stuart.
Give the mic clipped on you.
Oh, the mics.
That's all right.
There you go. Thank you.
Appreciate it. We got party favors later. Awesome. Now let's escape this. Go back to here. And pow. Let's call up Lindsey. Can we do another standing ovation for Lindsey? Okay. You get lots of stuff here. There's one you're going to clip on. That's for video. This is for the room.
Oh, for video.
And then it's counterintuitive that you're going to hit down. Oh, I'll fix that. Down will advance your slides and you're aiming at the computer, not the TV.
Yeah, we'll advance the slide.
Let's go here. Escape. Let's go here. And now you're good to go.
Thanks.
And down goes forward.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Thanks for coming out in the crazy snow today. That was just it's a great day for ice cream, I think. So nice to meet you all. My name is Lindsey, and my brand is Lindsey's Ice Cream. So just a little bit about me. I did not think I was going to be an ice cream maker. When I was in college, I studied biology and neuroscience. I went into biotech consulting. I really wanted to help people. I helped lots of go-to-market strategy, forecasting, those kinds of things to eventually help bring medicine to market. And I thought for some time that was helping people and that was very fulfilling. Eventually, though, I got so buried in spreadsheets and bureaucracy, I felt like I really lost the meaning of really just connecting with people and bringing an impact. And it was really just a moment last year, so about 2 years ago, I was having a really bad day at work. I went out to go get ice cream with a friend afterwards, and I realized that once I had the ice cream, it really just made my day just a little bit better, It really just brought a little piece of joy to me. And I thought that food is such a simple but powerful way to lift your spirits. You connect with people. It's a really great way to bring that little piece of happiness to people. And I think that was really the piece that I was looking for that impact. So fast forward to today, I launched the June of last year, so it's been about 7 months now. And just wanted to give you, thank you. Just want to give you a little overview of the premium ice cream market. I do Asian-inspired flavors, but I'm sure when you think of really great ice cream, we have Ben & Jerry's. We also have Denny's. They have really great classics. I grew up eating fish food, Cherry Garcia. So it's all very nostalgic childhood flavors. What was missing, though, was flavors that I also grew up with on my own Asian heritage cultural side. Where's like lychee? Where's all of the great fragrant fruits? Where's all of the teas? I wanted to change that. So a little bit more about the brand. As I mentioned before, they are Asian American flavors because I am Asian American. I grew up on the East Coast. I have, like many other Asian Americans, a mix of Asian heritage growing up, but also I am American. I grew up here. Love me a great cheeseburger. We got premium ingredients too. I import my Asian ingredients from Asia, so like my matcha and my teas, for instance. And I'm proudly based in Chicago, where I call home. Just a little bit about the target customer. That's my sister. We're targeting people in their mid-20s to mid-30s. They have a very urban lifestyle, love a Trader Joe's, love a Whole Foods. But they also want to indulge in something new, something a little bit different. And that's where Lindsey's Ice Cream comes in. It's just like something a little bit different to make their day a little bit more interesting. And just to speak a little bit more towards the product line, these are the 3 that are in retail right now. Across catering and pop-ups, I have about 12 total, but just from left to right, we've got Peachy Lychee Sugar Cookie. It's a concept of American peach plus Asian lychee together. matcha strawberry in the middle. I'm sure you all heard about the matcha craze that was just exploding last year, especially, and how there's still a matcha shortage in Japan. My partner is Japanese American, and he grew up eating matcha all the time. Matcha strawberry is a classic dessert pairing in Japan, so I wanted to bring that concept here. And the last one is very special to me. My mom, she grew up in Hong Kong, so this is Hong Kong milk tea. You all try it later. I brought some samples. Yeah.
It's never too cold for ice cream.
True. Never too cold for ice cream. So Hong Kong milk tea is the best seller right now. I think it's very unique. We steep black tea because Hong Kong milk tea, if you've ever had it, is extremely strong. And we sweeten it with a little bit of condensed milk. Just want to go over some major milestones from last year. There's the hatchery, which is one of the nation's biggest food incubators. It's just west of here. So I went through their 6-month program, graduated in October. We have also launched in a couple of retail stores around, so Gangnam Market, Andalé, participated in farmers markets, and we're in a few restaurants right now that you can see around the city. All right, so for the ask from you all, we're looking for warm leads in the Chicago food scene, so that includes retail, restaurant or cafe, food service industry. More on the sales side, any advice for how to initially engage and not be ghosted or turned away? We're a small business, so it's hard to really get your foot in the door. And last, if there's any non-food based places, like a WeWork, Workbox, where you think it'd be great to have our ice cream. Thank you.
You're ready to go.
We heard this in the last presentation, but have you talked to the chambers of commerce around, like, I don't know where you're based, but chambers of commerce are really plugged in, obviously, to the local scene. They may be able to give you warm intros to restaurants or cafes or something in your, either in your neighborhood or in other neighborhoods. I'm very excited to try it.
Thank you, it's a great idea.
There's over 100 outdoor festivals every summer, just all over the city, different neighborhoods, art festivals, everything. You need to be at a booth selling your ice cream in summer. You'll kill it. Because there's so much saturation with what you said, Americana flavors. I've not seen any Asian ice cream at any of these street fests in Chicago ever. So if you definitely want to be talking, I can put you in touch with that.
Yeah, thank you. That'd be great. Yeah.
Can't hear you.
Food bash in 2 weeks.
Food bash in 2 weeks. Put it on your
Um,
radar.
I'll look into it.
All right.
Yeah, like I just went through last year, but like a lot of other festivals are also people in the CBD space.
Okay.
To start up events.
Okay, thank you.
Have you heard of Van Leeuwen ice cream?
Yes.
Yeah.
They have an Earl Grey.
They have an Earl Grey. They've got a mango sticky rice, and then this year matcha strawberry.
I saw that.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny. They I would follow. I was surprised they weren't up there. I would think they were probably more of a competitor than Jenny's in terms of. I would drop Ben and Jerry's and put them up as far as the